Okay, I said I would finish our sketch, our drawing on the rabbit and the environment where the rabbit's at. He's in there. And what I did is I did a whole lot of drawing lines, thickened it up. And the rabbit's in there, cardinals in there, your brown birds are in there, your sparrows, finches, and chickadees, your underlayer, you got your field mice and your larvae and your worms, and you got your bluebirds, and, every once in a while, but your robins, they're all in there. Each one has its place, and it's like competitions, sort of. Each day they lose and win, and they're not trying to kill each other, but you can be a cardinal, which he's wrestling with the other male cardinal all the time, because they're territorial, and they're going from bush to bush, and he wants a lot of females, and the other cardinal, male cardinal, he wants territorial, and you can tell, the female can tell which one has the most thicket where they can build their nest, and strong thick, where there's plenty of berries and food, seed, and their bright color and their crown on their head will tell that they're feeding good. And they're eating the right things. They're not eating the wrong things, but they're eating the good things that will keep them healthy and non-disease. If you take them out of that environment and feed them the seeds that you made and put them in a cage them up, then you're mostly working on their substance. You need a substance. They need an additive. They need some kind of antibiotics and stuff. Why? Because and also they get addicted to certain foods that we make, because there's a lot of sugars, and it's not as nutritious as the seed in the bush, and as the berries in the bush, your blueberry and your raspberries and your spice berries. And you're not as nutritious as those seeds and berries, the food that we make. And so the food, and we don't get enough. We don't get the nutrition that is really made. So we're diseased. That's how you get disease. Disease steps in when you take a original food, and you make your own food. Well, it loses its value. It loses its nutritional value, and so now you need a substance, to where you need some kind of chemical maybe, and you add on what you have ate, and so you're an addict. Why? That we all are. All of us in society, we have some kind of maybe addiction or something. Why? Because you can be addicted to just table food. How do you know this? Just go out and start eating original food. You'll find out that you are addicted. You have addictions. Well, that's not going to keep you out of heaven, because you live in society. You have to read the book of Titus. It tells you how to live in society in the Word of God. But they get on this to where they're living in the bush. How they live is they're very selective on their seed and on their grub, on the worms, the larvae, the beetles, stuff that will give them energy. They're very active. They're not bored. They're not crazy either. But if you put them out of the side, if you take them from this, then they start doing boredom. It will kill them. The disease will set in, and they won't have no vitality, to where look, the cardinal, he's got some territory today. He's doing good. Now some other cardinal may come in there, and they may scrap a little bit, but they're not trying to kill each other. They're not really hurting each other that much. They're just seeing who can gain. They have their own technique. It's like going to a soccer game. If you sit and watch in the bush, it's like going to a football game, soccer game, basketball game, and each one is playing a role, trying to gain, and they lose and win every day. It's like sportsmanship. You may lose one day, one game, but the next game you win. Well, that's the way it is every day in the bush. You win, and you don't have to be so secretive. They're in there for protection, because it's a hawk. But they're in there also too for shelter and for game. There's all types of goodies in there where they can be healthy. And it's not that they're trapped in a location. It's just that they're doing fine, and they're active. In the early bird gets the worm, the early one. It's not that they're trying to hide anything. If somebody try to hack in your computer or try to do this or that to you, let them know that I'm not trying to hide nothing, because I'm early. As long as you're early than everybody, then not trying to be more earlier than anybody else. As long as you're early in what you're doing. In other words, you're not slothing. You're not slacking in what you're doing, but you're picking up the pace every day. Well, don't worry about anybody trying to mess you up, because why? You're doing what you're early. You're getting up early, and you're about your business, and that's all you need to do. You don't need to try to win, try to beat somebody and stuff. No, they're all doing things with the cardinal is early, and so he'll go in, and he may go in, and they may do their sport, and it looks rough to us. It looks like they're trying to kill each other, but no, they're going in, and they're roughing it up a little bit. To us it is, us Gentile ones. Everything looks rough to us, but to them, it's just that they're roughing their feathers up a little bit, and they're gaining, and they may gain and lose every day, and that's the way it is in the bush. See, don't worry about anything. They're not worrying about and then they're not stripped away. If you strip stuff away from them, then that's when disease stuff comes in, and they have to start eating stuff out of your garden and everything, and then they become a pest. Well, it's trying to tell you, look, your stuff is junk. If a raccoon comes in a corn and starts eating the corn, and he's nibbling on it. He's nibbling on the corn, and the farmer is mad because the farmer says he just comes in and takes a little bite, and then he leaves. And then he takes another little, he'll open up a whole lot of ears of corn. Well, he's trying to tell you, it's no good. It's just candy to him, which it is. It's a man-made product, and it's just candy. And so he says, well, this ain't no candy. What you trying to kill me for? My food's better than your food. I'm just coming in here for a little snack. You know how you watch TV and you get some popcorn or something, and you just lay on your couch and eat some M&Ms or something like that. He's saying, you got the munching on something. You're eating some tater chips or something. That's what he's doing. He's telling you, this stuff ain't no good. What you getting all upset about? This stuff crazy. You crazy eating all this junk. Ain't nothing but sugar up in this corn. What you trying to kill me for? And so he becomes a pest to us. Well, the raccoon, he's not a pest to the environment. He said, well, y'all need to get rid of this. It's killing them. It's killing the people. It's the bugs that you're making these these types of beetles and worms that will they come in and they say, well, we got to get rid of this. So man makes pesticides and stuff to try to kill those worms and try to from eating up his product. But the worms and stuff are saying, this stuff ain't no good. This is crazy. Y'all shouldn't be eating this stuff. Here, let's clean it up for you. And you call them weeds. You don't know a weed from a tear. A lot of people don't know a weed from a tear. You know what a tear is? Well, you know what a pharaoh is. A pharaoh hog. He was tame one time, but now he went back out in the forest where his where he came from generation, he doesn't know, because he doesn't know that he knows that they have a type of hog in them, but he doesn't know that he's from there, that his ancestors are from there. So he says he goes in with the wild boars and stuff. I call them systemized boars. But he's Pharaoh. He doesn't know anything. So he's trying to survive. Well, they're not trying to survive. The ones that were the original ones, they're not trying to survive. But he's a hybrid pig, and he starts breeding. So he's wild. He's running wild. And then he gets what some accepting, but he's fighting his way in, and he's causing chaos. See, eating up he'll pull up every little root. In the original, they say, well, look at him. He's running wild. He's eating. He shouldn't be. He's pulling up every root. He don't even know when to eat the roots. He don't even know when to eat that or eat this. He's just hogging everything up. Why? Because he was domesticated. He turned pharaoh. He turned pharaoh. I ain't trying to say anything about you know what I'm talking about. But I'm just saying that's the word for him, pharaoh. He was tame. He was civilized at one time, and now something happened. Something happened to his environment in the city, and now he's out. He's out in the natural world. Now he's running wild. That's what wild means. He's not systemized like they are. And so he's running wild. Well, that's what happens to us a lot of times. We don't know nothing a lot of times. Why? Because we're so used to being, well, this is what's going on with me. I gotta see the doctor. Well, the doctor, he'll fix you, yes. But he won't heal you, but he'll keep you alive. There's nothing wrong with that, keeping you alive. There's nothing wrong with that, as far as your soul is concerned. But as far as your health is concerned, you better do a lot of praying, brother. Now, if you recognize now the creation instead of the things that were made from the creation, then you will say, well, I can do this, I can do that, and I'll be all fine, I'll be all right. And then your taste buds will change also, and then you'll get a lot of zeal. See, I won't get into a whole lot. Now, if a squirrel and say like this is a tree here, because squirrels, they like trees. They like to go up the black walnut and the different acorn trees and so. And what he'll do, a squirrel to me, his message to me when I see him and I have an understanding of what he's about. The message to me is that, okay, what's this? What's this telling me? It's telling me something. It's telling me this. And what's it telling me? Okay, and he likes to collect. He goes out and he collects stuff. And he don't care where he gets it, as long as he gets it. That's why you have bird feeders, and you see the squirrel up in there, and your bird feeder a lot, and he'd get it all if he could. Now, what's that tell you? He'd get it all if he could. He don't mind. He don't care if it's coming up in your stuff. What's that tell you? He don't care coming up in your stuff. And if it'll fit him, he'll wear it. You understand? Now, if he come up in there without asking, he don't ask. He comes up in there and he'll try to. Can I say it? Can I say it? Can I say it? He'll come up in there and can get your stuff. Now, what's that tell you? What is that telling you, people? Okay, he scrambles up the tree. Now, a lot of times, he'll jump from branch to branch. One of my dogs was chasing the squirrel one time, and the squirrel kept running. He went past the tree, and I said, "Now he's going to get you." That dog. I have dogs, and that dog there, I have fast dogs and slow dogs. That dog will catch you. You better. Well, the squirrel he just couldn't run up any tree. Why? Because it belonged to another squirrel. He had to dodge that tree and run. Now if the dog gets close to him, he'll run up that tree, but he won't stay in it. He'll jump from branch to branch, because that's not his tree today. Maybe yesterday it was his tree, but today it's not his tree. It's like a sports. It's like a sports game. You'll be very entertained if you observe, but you have to. We work and so. But if you observe it, you'll find out. Oh, that's just like. Oh, I see. Now it's like a game they're playing, like a sports game. It's like basketball, football, baseball. And they're gaining, they're active, and they're having fun, man. They're getting a lot of energy from the stuff, and they're very characterized. They're characters, and that squirrel is telling you, I'm coming in, I ain't staying, but I'm here, and I want something, and I'm going to run off with it, and hide it, and put it in my stash. That's what they do, and a lot of your creatures will tell you that. But the early one, you have to recognize who is the most earliest of them all. That's the one that will gain today. And then tomorrow, it's another day. And the blue jay was saying, that there's different finches, and there's different types of birds, especially in bird that tell you, it's a new day, and we're going to tell you. We're going to tell who's coming and who's going, and we're going to find out, and we're going to tell. And the cardinal, he's showing you how to prosper. He's showing you in this bush here, in this land. There's paths through there, but you can't see the path. But there's paths and lines going through there. You have to look at it very carefully. And the cardinal was tell you, okay, this is how you're going to prosper today. This is how you're going to gain today. You're going to gain this, and you're going to gain that. Don't worry about it. Because why? Because everything happened in an instant. In an instant, it happened. Now, you have to recognize that it happened in an instant. In seconds, like that. That's how fast it is. Why? Because it's already done. It's finished. You beat the dock. There's a plant called the dock. It will wipe away diabetes. Okay, hold on, Stu. There's all kinds of plants, and the plant will say, "Man, it's already done for you. You ain't gotta work and do nothing. Yeah, you're sweating to get your food, but why? Because you choose to live that way." And so, what the Bible even says it. Well, since you Adam, you choose to live that way, then you're gonna sweat. You choose that way. You choose not to eat my stuff. You want to make your own stuff. Well, then since I'm love and I'm the grace, then I'll work with you, Adam. I'll get right in there with you. But you're going to have to sweat, though. Okay? Because I'm already did my stuff. I'm finished. And what God have made, He made forever. And so if I go outside and if I eat something, I'm beating what? I'm not sitting on the dock. I'm not sitting on the dock of the bay, baby. I'm not sitting on there under the dock, waiting on the dock. What's up, Doc? No, ain't no what's up, Doc. That's why Bugs Bunny said it. What's up, Doc? Why? Because the rabbit know what to eat. What's up, baby? I hear you. And then he play a trick on you. He's a trickster, the rabbit. The rabbit, they say, oh, he's tricky. He ain't tricky. He's just telling you. I know what's up. You know, I know everything that goes on in the bush, baby. I know everything that goes on in there. So what you trying to do? What you trying to tell me? You see my ears? I hear everything. You see my tail? It's fluffy. And it's white. It's white on the bottom. Why? To let you know, I know. I know not to hide this part. I know not to hide my bottom part. You see, I'll get into that one. There's a trick to that. Not a trick, but there's a knowledge to that. I know not to hide my butt. Why? I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't ashamed of what goes on out here. I pull it up like a white-tailed deer. Look, I ain't ashamed. And when he take off, his tail will fly up, or her tail will fly up, and then it'll say, I'm not ashamed. I ain't ashamed. What you chasing me for? What you running at me for? I was trying to show you something. I was trying to show you what to eat out here. And you want to try to, okay. Now, that's it. I can go on all day. But I'll stop. And maybe pick up on it. Talk about the mallard, the wood duck, and the crane. The crane with the red crown on his head. There are certain parts they call it the iris bird. I just have to go back to work now. And, I'm in and out. It's the way it is with me. We'll work on it. And the berries, about ready to, they're blooming right now. You need some berries in your life. Some spice berries. Spice up your life a little bit. Feel it and reel it. Okay?